The Lil Durk murder for hire case, a complete narrative. In a shocking development that has sent ripples through the hip-hop community, Grammy Award-winning rapper Lil Durk, Dirk Banks, has been arrested in connection with an alleged murder-for-hire plot, marking another dark chapter in the intersection of rap music and street violence. The arrest, which occurred as Durk allegedly attempted to flee the country, has unveiled a complex web of revenge, loyalty, and tragedy that spans multiple years and cities. The roots of this case trace back to November 2020, when Chicago rapper King Von, Devin Bennett, a close friend and collaborator of Lil Durk, was fatally shot outside an Atlanta nightclub. The shooting occurred during an altercation between two groups that escalated into gunfire, with Von being killed by an associate of rapper Quando Rondo known as Lil Tim. This tragic event would set in motion a chain of events that would ultimately lead to multiple arrests and deaths. According to federal prosecutors, in the aftermath of King Von's death, Lil Durk, the founder of the hip-hop group Only the Family (OTF), allegedly orchestrated a sophisticated revenge plot. The FBI claims that OTF, established by Durk over a decade ago, operates beyond the bounds of music, with members allegedly engaging in violence, including murder and assault, at Durk's direction to maintain their status within the organization. The plot allegedly targeted Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, Taquan Bowman, who was connected to King Von's killer. Federal prosecutors have charged 5 men, all with ties to Chicago gangs and OTF, in connection with the attempted murder of Rondo. The defendants, Calvin London Grant, Vonnie, Asa Houston, Boogie, David Brian Lindsay, Brown Eyes, Keith Jones CLA, and DeAndre Dantrell Wilson, DA, faced serious charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving death, and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death. The alleged involvement of the OTF organization adds another layer of complexity to the case, as prosecutors must prove not only the individual actions of each defendant, but also the overarching conspiracy and its connection to Lil Durk and his music organization. The use of both traditional criminal enterprise tactics, such as false license plates and ski masks, alongside modern digital trails, credit card transactions, and flight bookings, provides prosecutors with multiple avenues to build their case against each defendant. Each defendant faces the possibility of the death penalty if convicted on the most serious charges, making this one of the most significant criminal cases in recent hip-hop history. The combination of street gang activity, music industry connections, and interstate commerce has created a complex web of criminal liability that prosecutors will need to carefully untangle as the case proceeds to trial. The case also highlights the evolving nature of gang-related violence, showing how traditional street gang activities have adapted to include sophisticated interstate operations, digital payment systems, and the use of legitimate business structures, in this case, a music organization, to facilitate criminal activities. The sophistication of the alleged plot is evident in its careful planning and execution. According to court documents, the conspirators used an OTF-associated credit card to purchase plane tickets to Los Angeles in August 2022, where they planned to track down and kill Quando Rondo. Durk allegedly texted an associate with specific instructions about booking flights. Warning: don't book no flights under no names involved with me. Despite this caution, some conspirators used their real names and identification documents for travel arrangements, leaving an electronic trail that would later prove crucial to investigators. The operation in Los Angeles was meticulously planned, with Calvin Grant allegedly renting 2 cars, one with fake license plates, procuring firearms, and providing ski masks for the group. The men tracked Rondo and his 24-year-old cousin, waiting for an opportunity to strike. When their target stopped for gas, the attackers allegedly executed their plan, with Asa Houston driving to a nearby alley while Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and an unidentified third man carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. While Quando Rondo survived the attack, his cousin was fatally wounded. After the shooting, the men allegedly met at a nearby burger restaurant to discuss payment, and the same credit card was used to purchase return flights to Chicago. According to the indictment, The defendants were offered not only monetary compensation but also lucrative music opportunities with OTF for their participation in the attempted murder of Quando Rondo. The case took another turn when Lil Durk, upon learning of the arrests of his alleged co-conspirators, reportedly attempted to flee the country. The FBI says Durk booked multiple flights from South Florida airports to Dubai, Switzerland, and finally Italy, but was apprehended in Miami before he could board his final flight. He is currently being held in Broward County Jail, awaiting transfer to U.S. Marshals custody. This case has broader implications within the hip-hop community, highlighting the ongoing tension between artistic expression and street life. Many young artists, including Durk, have maintained connections to their pre-famed communities and associates, sometimes leading to the continuation of street conflicts even after achieving success in the music industry. The case also raises questions about the role of record labels and music groups in potentially facilitating criminal activities. The charges against Durk and his co-defendants are particularly serious, with the most severe carrying up a potential death penalty if convicted. This case joins a growing list of high-profile criminal cases involving rap artists, including YSL and YNW Melly, raising concerns about the intersection of hip-hop culture and criminal enterprise. Adding another layer to the story, prior to his arrest, Lil Durk was already facing legal challenges, including a lawsuit from the mother of Chicago drill rapper FBG Duck, who was murdered in 2020. The lawsuit alleges that OTF operates as a criminal enterprise and that Durk, along with King Von's estate, was involved in FBG Duck's shooting. Law enforcement officials note that the investigation benefited from extensive surveillance footage and detailed electronic records, though there has been speculation about potential informants within OTF providing information to federal authorities. The no-snitching policy prevalent in street culture often complicates such investigations, but the severity of the charges, including potential life sentences or the death penalty, can sometimes lead suspects to cooperate with authorities. The case continues to develop as the defendants await transfer to Los Angeles for further proceedings. Jones and Houston have scheduled hearings in Chicago, while Grant, Wilson, and Lindsay have waived their right to hearings and will be sent directly to Los Angeles. As the hip-hop community watches closely, this case serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences when the worlds of music and street violence collide.